Hey guys, Tom Davis here, America's Canine Educator. Thank you so very much for following along. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you've been subscribed, thank you so much for coming back. We are the coolest dog training channel on YouTube, in my opinion, because of you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do, leaving comments below, asking questions, and remember, don't forget to ask your questions below after this video, and I'll answer everybody's questions in the comments below. Today, I'm gonna walk you through an easy tutorial on how to fit a prong collar properly on your dog. Here we go. Cool. You're sizing this up, you want to make sure you're right behind the ears. So you just pull this around, and your prong should fit closely right behind the dog's ears. So you guys get a good look at that. And what this does, guys, is it evenly distributes pressure all the way around the dog's neck. So it's a safe correction when you're distributing the correction. Unlike the flat collar, this hangs down in the trachea, larynx area and could do damage as the dog is pulling on the leash or potentially pulling on the leash. So having this prong collar fit perfectly. What you don't want with the prong collar, which I see a lot of, is you don't want to be able to have a prong that goes over the dog's head. If that's the case, then your prong collar is too big. So this prong collar for this particular dog, she's about 45 pounds, and this is a Hermspringer 2.25. And when you put it on, again, guys, it should go right around the head, right there, and fit nice and snug. So as you see, the prong collar is not sliding anywhere, and when I put on the leash, I recommend a leather 4-foot leash. 1/4 inch is what I use because it's really light, so it's not going to drag your equipment down, just like that. So that's how you fit a prong collar on a dog, and there's many different types. I'm going to show you guys a couple of different types, why we use them, and another video we're going to tell you exactly how to use them because that's a separate video. But this is exactly where the prong collar should fit, right behind the ears. Beautiful. Break. What I recommend is Hermspringer makes a really nice buckle prong collar. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's really nice and easy to take on and off, especially for other people that may be handling your dog. So literally it just clips, boop, like that. And then the other collar is what Lakota has on. Lakota, touch. And I'll show you the difference. Is this particular prong collar here is one that you manually will do, which I really, really enjoy. And one of the cool things about the Hermspringer without the buckle is it has a distributing plate. So if you notice in the Hermspringer, it actually has prongs going in both directions. So when you're evenly distributing that correction to the dog, the pressure is going on both sides, so it makes it for a very efficient correction. And if you're doing it properly, you should only be correcting your dog once or twice in your training session. And the Hermspringer makes the collar so much better having the distribute plate for the dog. So one thing I highly recommend to you guys is a safety clip. This is something you can make at home with a carabiner and a piece of rope. We get them specially made for us, and it's something that can save lives. It's super important to have a safety clip when you're going out to train with your dog with any piece of equipment. What this does, guys, is it's going to go on your leash. So one side is going to hook on your leash like so. You can either hook it here or you can hook it in your buckle area there. Then this is actually going to go on your flat collar. So this piece goes on your flat collar like here. And then your part that you put on the prong collar obviously goes on the prong. Good. So it'll look something like this. So you're going to have your safety clip on your leash and on your backup flat collar. Now, the reason for this being, guys, is if you accidentally don't do your prong collar right, and say you don't buckle it and you did a correction and it pops off, you still have your dog, which is really important. So it's a nice, usually couple dollar investment to save your dog's life if they ended up feeling squirrely around a squirrel. Break. Squirrely around a squirrel. What's wrong with that? So for those of you out there who have never used a prong collar or you're interested in them, do not be scared away by how they look. I'm going to be honest, they look like a Chinese torture chamber, but I can promise you that they're not. This is one of the safest tools that you can use on your dog. It doesn't give them any trachea damage or larynx damage as long as you're doing the way that we're doing it in this video. So all it does, guys, again, people tell me all the time, why don't you put a prong collar on? And I do. And all it is it's a little clip here. And what it does is when the dog is here and you want them to go in a certain direction, instead of the dog pulling through on a flat collar that's sitting right here on the trachea or larynx area, what you're doing is you're putting this right on the muscles on the side of the dog's neck, and you're correcting the dog. Say they lunge, pop. You're popping the dog, right? So what this is doing, guys, is instead of choking the dog out in one place, what it does is it evenly distributes pressure all the way around the dog's neck, and it creates a little pinch, and so they're not sharp. And so that's one thing I think a lot of people have no idea about, and I don't blame you, and that's why I'm making this video. This collar is not sharp. It's not intended to hurt a dog. Guess what happens when the dog isn't getting corrected with the prong collar? This. Nothing. But if they lunge at a squirrel, they lunge at a kid, or you're just working on competitive obedience and you're tight and you want to tighten things up, this is your power steering tool. It's one of the safest collars to use. I can guarantee you that. But you have to make sure that you use them right. A lot of people do not like them because you see videos and you see pictures of how people use them the wrong way, which is exactly what you don't want to do. And I can admit, these tools, like any other tool you put on a dog, can be very dangerous if you use them wrong. But that's not what we're doing here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly do appreciate it very much. Don't forget to like, leave a comment below. Let's chat about some stuff. Any negativity is going to be deleted and blocked as usual. We are the coolest dog training channel on YouTube because of you guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.